Hello and welcome into this special web edition of Cuse Countdown. I'm your host, Tyler Cass. These are your analysts, Matt Ryle and Danny Cuneo. Guys, Jim Boeheim is nowhere to be seen, so it's time to talk about one of his least favorite topics, the postseason. Moving on to the stronger part of Syracuse's schedule now. Now, does this schedule help or hurt the Orange's chance to make the tournament?
I'm going to take probably the unpopular opinion. I actually think their schedule helps them. They went 14-7 in the easy part of their schedule, and that's not going to cut it. They need some signature wins, and if they don't play these good teams right now, they wouldn't get the signature wins if they just kept playing, bad teams. So I think this helps them because they're going to need to win some of these games to get into the tournament. They need to show the people who make the brackets that they can beat these good teams. They need to pull a couple upsets, and they have the opportunity to do that with how their schedule has been playing out.
Matt, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I think that Syracuse's best chance to defeat the top-end opponents, like they did earlier this year, Iowa, not necessarily a top-end opponent, but you can beat those good teams in the beginning of the season when they're not as good as they are later in the season. Good teams get better as the season goes on. I think Syracuse is facing Duke, Louisville, UVA, Notre Dame, all at their best, and I do not think the Syracuse team can compete.
All right, so now how many of these games against top 10 teams does Syracuse need to win in order to have a shot at the tournament?
I think Syracuse needs 3. I think they need at least 3 because you're looking at 10 wins if you lose Louisville, Pitt, Duke. They play Louisville, Duke twice, Louisville, UVA, and Notre Dame. You win 3 of those and you lose the other 2. That's 9 losses, and none of the other regular season games are guaranteed. That could be at least 10 losses heading into the NCAA tournament, and it's definitely not a guarantee.
I'm going to agree with you that they need 3, but I also think that they could, possibly get in with 2. If they can get 2 nice upsets here against, a Duke or a Virginia and a few of those teams, I think that it gets them in. The ACC, in my mind, it's the best conference in basketball right now. So I think getting 2 wins against the top 5 teams in that conference gets you into the tournament. So I'd say around 2 and 3 like you. But, I'm leaning a little bit to 2 as the cutoff there.
All right, well, now let's take a look at what some of the so-called experts have as Syracuse's tournament chances. Are they going to be the last 4 in, first 4 out? Right now, only 23% of expert analysts have Syracuse making the tournament. What do you think about that, guys?
I actually think they're all wrong. I'm actually going to say that Syracuse gets in. I think they upset Duke at least one of the times. I actually think they beat Virginia. I don't know. I feel like that's just going to be a really low-scoring game that Syracuse is going to somehow pull out. And I think they may have a chance against Louisville or, even like Notre Dame. I don't know. I think they win. I think they get in.
I think I got to agree with the experts. I think they're on the cusp. They're definitely not a bad team. They're not a good team either. I think they're a very mediocre team. The 7 losses prove that. So I do think that they're on the cusp. I agree. Lenardi never misses, really. So I think right now where he has him is right where they have him.
Well, you've heard from some experts both on and off the Cuse Countdown studio. But for now, only time will tell. We'll be watching right along with you for the rest of the Syracuse basketball season. This has been Cuse Countdown. Thanks for watching.